All right. So today's recipe is inspired by Chili Momo. What is Chili Momo? Chili Momo. Okay, you already know what chili is. Chili is fiery hot peppers, right? Chilies, well, technically not all hot peppers are chili. Okay, let me just move on from there. I'm gonna just keep talking about that. Anyways, uh, Momo. That's the part that some of you guys are may not be familiar with, and if you are, you know. Okay, so Momo is a dumpling that comes from the Himalayan region. In the Himalayan region, there is Nepal, Tibet, and India, right? So this is where this dumpling comes from. And of course, when it is from a certain region, the people there are going to influence how it's made, right? So what are in these dumplings? What makes them so special? They're so special because they're filled with so many aromatic spices as well, which also includes, like the ginger and the garlic and stuff like that. But I remember looking up one of the recipes that had like garam masala in it. So it's like that. But today we're not going to use the momo part. We're just going to use a sauce that is inspired by the chili momo. And the reason why I'm doing this because I'm using ingredients that I have at home. So this is what I have. I have Trader Joe's pot stickers, and I find that this sauce goes so well with them, especially like the chicken one. I haven't tried it with the vegetable one yet, but it's something that I wanted to share, and I think that you should try it out. So the sauce that we're gonna make, I'm so excited because I'm so hungry because I didn't eat yet. So the sauce that I'm gonna make is like a sweet, tangy, spicy sauce. It has like brown sugar in it. It's crazy. It has ketchup in it, yeah. And it also has soy sauce and all that stuff. But all of that mixed together makes an incredible sauce that you have to try. And hopefully that you'll get a chance to do that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is the vegetables, the aromatics. This is what we're going to use. Oh, yeah. And that's the other part that makes this so delicious is the fact you have like crunchy textures that come from the onions and the bell pepper that we're adding, and we're adding a jalapeno, but you can also add your favorite hot pepper as well. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is the bell pepper. So just one bell pepper, of course. I'm going to dice it, and for me to do that, it's going to be large dice. So I'm going to cut the ends off, and then I'm going to cut one side off, take these to the side, and from here, just run it along the flesh, removing the pith and the seeds. Tat, 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 tat. Put that aside, and then the rest of this is going in my little garbage that I have here on the side. So we have that, and then the next part is this that I'm going to clean up. The way I do it is just run my knife right in the middle to take that part out. So we got that. And then for this, usually just pop it out and you have that. Because I like to use the whole thing. And then I'm going to run. That's why you need a sharp knife. I'm going to run my knife to take that pith out and just keep it whole like that. And so the next thing I'm going to do, cut it into 3, cut it down the middle, and then make my dices. This one's a little bit bigger, but that's just basically the technique that you're using for this. There you go. Like, this is a home dish, so it doesn't have to be too fancy when it comes down to the cuts, and we just want to make this real quick, right? So let's see. So I'm cutting into 4. This one, it has, the hole in the middle. So what I do is I cut it on the sides like that, and these are already dices. If you are a perfectionist, then you just do that. But I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm the one that's going to be eating this. And then I cut that. Okay, so now we have our diced peppers. I'm going to go ahead and put these on my little tray over here. This is where I put my mise en place. And then I'm going to clean up my board and move on to the next vegetable. All right, so the next vegetable that I have that I will be cutting is 1 onion. I love onion, so you can add 1 whole onion. You can add half an onion. Let's see, I have that much. I'm going to go ahead and add half of this onion. So that's good because I'm also putting on putting some scallions in there too. So it's just going to be a good mixture to have. So for this, I'm just going to cut it really simple. 1, 2 onto its side, and then cut it into 4 spots. That way, to make it easier, you can also flip it. Like this is already falling apart, but you can flip it and just cut it down the middle so that you have equal sizes for equal cooking. Uniform cooking right there. Very important. I don't think anybody likes raw. Okay. What else that we have? We have some garlic. 4 garlic cloves because I like garlic. Use less. Use the amount that you want. Just easily peel, especially when they're large like that. They can easily peel back. And I just peel with my hand first before I even take the knife out. Because sometimes the knife will just cut that papery layer like too early. Look at this one, man. Very lucky because these are coming off really nice. Take this one off. It's almost like opening out candy, So I just do that, and then the little butt right there, I cut it off. I just clean up my board again because we're going to slice these. We're not going to dice them. We're not going to mince them. We're going to slice them. And why we're slicing them, it's just a quicker way, and plus the presentation looks really nice. So I am just going to thinly slice them. I'm so excited with every dish I make. All right, this part has a little thing on it, so I'm just going to throw that out. So there we go. Ready to go. That goes on my tray as well. All right, clean up my board once again. Always clean up afterwards. Okay, on the recipe, I have grated ginger, and that's just a common thing. But for me, I'm going to use ginger paste, which is practically the same thing. So you can check out the blog so you know what to add. You probably want to look at me while I talk about this. So when it comes to the ginger, you can check out the blog to see how much ginger that you want to add. Also the conversions for the ginger paste and fresh ginger. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next thing I'm going to chop is some jalapeño. So taking that part off. And for this, for presentation wise, I'm going to leave it as rings. It is your choice. You can cut it in half, remove the white pith that holds a lot of the heat. People say it's the seeds, but it's mostly the white pith that holds a lot of the heat. So you can remove that if you want to control the level of heat that you want to add. So I'm just going to slice these just like that. And I got my pepper. For some, you might have to use gloves, but for me, I don't know why. I don't usually have to wear gloves. It doesn't irritate my skin, and I usually wash right afterwards. I rinse a lot of the pepper oil off. So, and I'm usually fine. Okay, so the next thing I have is some white scallions that I want to cut up too, because I wanted to prep whatever that needs to be prepped first, because this is gonna go fast. So let's just do everything that we need to do now. Some things you can do later, but for this, it's a very quick meal. Usually when I cut these, I like to separate them, do that. But for this, we're using the whole thing as a garnish. So I just cut it into 4. You can cut it into 2. It's just much quicker for me this way. And then I'm going to thinly slice. And that will be my garnish to add, and this would also give a lot of texture to the dish. So let me add that here. See, that's why I like using a pizza pan. Just rotate it and add it. It's almost like a lazy Susan. Is it lazy Susie or Susan? It's like one of those. Okay, so let's move on to the next part. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and turn on the stove, heat that up. I have to unlock it, so I have to wait. All right. I'm gonna put my stove on medium because we don't want this to burn, because we also want the bottom to caramelize. So I'm gonna wait for that to heat up while I clean up my area. Okay. wait. Guess I dance while I wait. Oh, did you see me do that? No. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some avocado oil to the pan. All right, so we got 14 dumplings that we're gonna put in frozen. But first, let's make the sauce. While I'm waiting for that the pan to heat up, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my plate. What do I want to put it in? Usually you know what? I usually just serve it in the pan, which is crazy. And then I just grab one of my small plates to eat from the pan. So let's just keep the same vibe. I hear that sizzling. Not quite there yet, but almost there. So now at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions first. We add the onions first to remove the raw taste of those onions. So swirl around, put it down, and let it do its thing. Hey Google, set timer 3 minutes. All right, they're getting there. Okay, so I have it on high heat right now to get the stuff going, the vegetables going. Okay, so we have the onions in there, and now I'm gonna add the bell peppers with the garlic. And then we're gonna wait for the heat to come back up so that nothing gets soggy in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip again. And there we go. And then we wait. I am so hungry. Okay, there's no point in me just staring at it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and do the sauce. Okay, like I said, we're gonna use ketchup in this sauce. The ketchup provides the sweetness, and also ketchup has vinegar in it, so it works well. Put my plate here to keep warm. I'm gonna get a little bowl. It's very similar to making stir fry. Ooh, look at the brown. It looks very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the jalapeños. Yeah, so while the vegetables are stir frying, usually go ahead and make the sauce. And also, if you're adding peppers, make sure you have good ventilation because you're going to end up choking a lot. And you don't want that. So this is going to be a super easy measurement. All right. So for the ginger, I'm using ginger paste. And I'm going to go ahead and use 1 teaspoon of that. Not teaspoon, tablespoon. I like ginger. I'm going to put 2 ounces of soy sauce. There we go. Gonna get some brown sugar. Gonna rinse off my trusty measuring spoon. Get me some brown sugar in there, 2 tablespoons worth. And if you don't want to have a lot of, sugar in this, you can reduce the amount of sugar that you add. You can also use alternative sugars like date syrup or monk fruit. Okay, and usually I put those alternatives on my website so you can know and to know what you can switch. Okay, occasionally tossing it to make sure that it's browning but not burning. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we have the 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now I'm going to add my favorite part, the garlic chili sauce. If you don't have that, you can use sambal olek as well. Sambal is like crushed peppers, red peppers. And the garlic chili has garlic in it and also some other ingredients. So I don't remember off the bat. Okay, so it usually has vinegar, some water, sugar, and salted chilies. All right, so we added our garlic chili sauce in there. Now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of ketchup. We're gonna put 14 of these bad boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When was the last time you counted like that? High school. No. I mean pre-K. Okay. So, let that heat up. I'm going to go get a cover for it. Okay, so at this point, we're going to add our vegetables. back into the pan. So we have the pot stickers on the bottom, and then we're gonna have the vegetables on top. All right, so putting the dumplings in there first actually helps promote caramelizing the dumplings. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna add the sauce. Using the same stuff. You can taste it if you want to see if it needs any adjustment. My goodness, that is so good all together. So pour the sauce on there. Squeeze everything just a little bit. Okay, so now we're just gonna leave it alone. We're gonna cover it, and this is going to steam. So I put it on medium, and while that's going, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up. I forgot to add the chili flakes. Chili flakes. You can sprinkle it on top. Yes, this is going to be hot. The more, the merrier. Now let it steam. Okay, that's what we got. Let me grab my plate. All right, so like I said, I love making these because they're very easy to make, super quick, and it's spicy, sweet, everything that I love. And yeah, I struggle picking it up. It's super hot. It's good. Okay. Is it bad if I stab it? Because it's really good. The way I'm sitting right now is so uncomfortable. All right, baby. It's way better. All right. So what we got here. I know I'm going to drop it. I'm going to try. Yeah, that's how it looks. Okay. Here you go. And I love vegetables, so I like the different textures with the jalapeno, with the onions, the garlic slices. And just for presentation purposes, that's why I put everything like, how would you say, like similar technique cuts so that they're all similar. So instead of mincing or chopping up the garlic, slice it for a nice presentation. Because you could basically like serve it just like this to have it, to eat it. Yeah. Still hot. Oh yeah. Before I try to present this, my mic, whatever the fluffy thing that's on top, fell off, and I went nuts. It's like, and all I was freaking out about was that I didn't want to overcook the dumplings and stuff. I didn't care about the mic. I just wanted to make sure that when I show it to you guys, that it looks good. See if I do it like this. So like I said, if you go to the website, you'll be able to find like substitutions. Also, if you have any questions or anything, just ask it in the comments and I'll respond. If you need any help at all. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier or in the other video, but my favorite dumplings that I like to use is the Trader Joe's chicken dumplings. And the reason for that, I tried some other ones, but their dough is more, is better for cooking, like in thick sauces and stuff. Some dumplings are good just for like steaming because they're very thin, but this one is like just right. Even though they're not like, you know, real momos, Indian dumplings, but pretty good. Like I said, I did it as a quick way to make a meal. And it doesn't take that long. And if you know somebody that loves spicy food, they will love this. And plus you can do it like on the fly, like really quick. And the way that the sauce just coats it, oh my gosh. Another way I like to eat these dumplings is like with shredded cabbage and like a ponzu soy sauce. If you have techniques for, I've been eating with chopsticks for like years, but when it comes to like slippery dumplings, I just end up just stabbing it because I give up. Woohoo! Well, that's pretty much it. So, if you're not gonna try it yet, just save the video. And if you are gonna try it, make sure you know how it was. Of course, if you have any issues or whatever, you can leave a comment on the blog or just leave it here on YouTube. And I'll come running, texting. I don't know what to say. Whatever. All right. Bye.